PK.
Oh, you been too high. Oh, you been too high. They killing niggas in my city while I keep a pole. These niggas bitch up in they phone, I like I never know. I put them VVs on my pinky, baby, watch it go. I know the demons creeping on me, trying to take my soul, but I can't slip. That's why I keep a fat stick by the back crib. I know a lot of niggas try to slump me. Lately I've been feeling lucky. Money can't buy happiness, but it can buy your therapy. Put that money on your head. Walk up in the hood, they see me, they gon' call them fast. Cause they see I'm getting bad. We running to the guap. If I wasn't rapping, then I'm probably selling rocks.
What's the deal, my people? Thank you for joining me on my channel, Panama's OG Truth. You could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. And today, we're going to Canada. Yes, sir. We're going to Toronto, Canada, if you want to get a little bit more direct. And if you want to know exactly where in Toronto, Canada, we're talking about St. Jamestown. It's sounding popping, and if you want to get even more detail, we're talking about Bleecker Street. This is a part of Toronto, Canada, where it's considered urban. It's considered majority minorities, and you already know, wherever you have, unfortunately, wherever you have a lot of minorities, it tends to be crime-ridden, and this is no different. And Loco City, real name Noah Sefi, and if I pronounce his name the wrong way, please forgive me. He grew up in this environment, okay? And from the age of 16, this back in 2015, 16 years old, he would turn around and jag Bryson Tiller's hit. Don't
play with a nigga, Don't play with a nigga, don't play with a nigga, Always sippin' soda, young nigga never sober.
If you never heard of that person, Bryson Tiller, look him up. He's an artist also, I believe, from Canada. He dropped a joint, and this youngster took that joint, remixed it, did his own version to it, and the shit caught fire. And the youngster caught his little old heat, and he started progressing. Like I said, the music thing was something that he was doing real good. But at the same time, he couldn't get out the streets. He was fucking around in the streets, and this would start to catch up with him. So as he was getting buzz and traction in the music and the rap game, he was also catching heat in the streets. And in 2018, he was going to lose his best friend, Congo. They would be at a bar kicking it, and they would get into a dispute with a group of other men, and in the process, some fists were thrown, and at the end, his homeboy Congo would be on the ground with 6 to 7 shots. You know, they dumped on him in front of Loco City. So this was hard for Loco City to see his best friend on the ground, with a bunch of holes on him. And that's something that affects anybody. You see some shit like that, your best friend, your brother on the ground like that, it's just, you're not the same after that. And it was showing his music. When he came back and started making music again, you could hear the pain, you could hear the struggle in his voice. And his approach was becoming more professional. He was dedicating himself to his music. But the streets will keep on calling. And when you living in the streets and you still doing street shit, it's just a matter of time it bites you in the ass. And once as he started picking up traction, simple things like a gun charge. He's outside of an apartment complex, a high rise, and these high rises, keep this shit in mind. They're 200 Wesley in East Toronto, okay? And the description of these high rises are dope fiends walking around, dope peddlers walking around, and prostitutes walking around. That's all you see over there. They run down like a motherfucker. And if you from that area, let me know, man. Like I said, if I'm wrong, let me know. But him and his homeboy out there chilling, police roll by, they look at them, they decide to harass him. In the process, he gets away, takes off running, throws a gun, and boom, they catch him, they put the gun charge on his ass. So, fast forward to 2023, or no, end of 2022, the DA dismisses the case, throws the case away, because it says that the officers were racially profiling Loco City and his homeboy. Like, they weren't doing nothing. All they were doing is sitting outside these apartment complexes, and what the police say, they look suspicious. That shit is racial profiling. And that's why they threw the case away. The case, they had to drop it. They didn't have nothing. So that was a major bullet that Loco City dodged right there. Major, major bullet. And while all this is going on, like I said, he's dropping music here and there, but every time he drops something, he catches more and more of a buzz. And instead of him capitalizing on it, he goes back to the streets. Eventually, this will catch up with him, and he would end up going to like a rehab, Camp H. This is in 2020. Camp H, from what I see, is like a place where people are having a hard time kicking drugs, or they're having mental issues. So it's a treatment facility for people that are having, issues. So he went to that, and obviously, the youngster had a serious drug problem. You see that video of him slurring and all that, you could barely understand what he was saying. You could tell he obviously was on some type of dope. So his best friend Hammer gets killed by another one of his best friends. They were actually in the video with him. His homeboy named Hammer, he gets killed by his other homeboy, Hennessy. Nobody knows why. They were just chilling, and he smoked him and shot his girlfriend. Nobody knows why. So that was another blow to Loco City. That was his other homeboy, that he saw, get smoked down in front of him. So that was something that put him in a deep depression again. So all along, he had certain things that were going down around him. There was either death or he was flirting with penitentiary chances. And when you continue living like that, it's just a matter of time that one of them catches up with you. And that will be the case with Loco City. After the DA drops the case, he ends up getting to a shootout. And I don't know if it was a shootout. I don't know if he was able to blast his gun. Some people said that he didn't. Nobody knows. All I know is that Loco City would go ahead and get, like I said, shot up. They tried to kill him. It was an attempt on his life. And they found a gun on him. So this was something that, like I said, it was a major setback, because not only did he get shot up, not only did he almost die, he ended up getting some time for this gun. And even though the time that he got is a slap in the hand, like I say, he should be getting out either by the end of this month or next month, or as they say, anytime now. So it's gonna be interesting to see what Loco City is gonna do. Is he gonna dive back in his music, stay out the streets, and do what he can do? Because like I said, the youngster got talent. Or is he gonna continue to fuck with these sorry ass motherfuckers in the streets and end up dead, or end up with a life sentence in a penitentiary? He's had plenty of examples around him. He's already lost 2 of his best friends to the streets. He's already seen countless people get incarcerated. He can't say he don't know what the fuck is going on. The rest is in his hands. I'm rooting for Loco City. He's a prime example. Like I tell you, it's a cautionary tale. And all I say is, if you in the streets, handle your business, move accordingly. You can't be in the streets and rap about this shit. It don't work like that. You can't be in the streets and be on social media putting your exploits on social media. It doesn't rock like that. Because all this shit right here is the reason why the game is the way it is right now. And it's continuing to be soured by these dummies that are self-incriminating and self-snitching on themselves and everybody else around them. It's senseless, it's bullshit, and it's ridiculous. And at the end of the day, if you get offended, then I'm talking to you. I'm gonna keep it 150. I appreciate y'all. Stay tuned. I'm dropping this heat. Once again, thank you for joining me this evening. Panama's OG Truth. Talk to y'all later.